Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight, we are continuing reading Animorphs number 5, The Predator, by K.A. Applegate. Woo! This is wonderful! Wonderful! Flying! The six of us were all together, flying. It was the first time for Axe. He just kept saying how wonderful it was. He wouldn't shut up. It was the most excited he'd been since he'd discovered coffee. Which was cool, because flying really is wonderful. These are excellent eyes, Hack said. Far better than your human eyes. Even better than my Andalite eyes. Yes, birds of prey usually have great daytime vision, Tobias said. I think mine may actually be a little better than yours, though. I doubt that, Max said. It's hard to imagine better vision than this. Remember the good old days? I asked. When we used to argue over who had the best jump shot? Now it's who has the best bird eyes. We were sailing above a patch of woods. It was almost solid green below us. We had risen high on a beautiful thermal. A thermal is a warm bubble of air that acts like an elevator, letting you soar high with almost no effort. We hoped there were no bird watchers down in the woods. We made a very unlikely flock: a red-tailed hawk, a falcon, a harrier, a bald eagle, and 2 ospreys. We kept some distance between us so it wouldn't be too obvious that we were together. Also, the eagle, who was Rachel, was carrying something that looked like a small TV remote control. She was the biggest bird. She got stuck lifting the weight. I have an idea, I said. Let's just blow off this suicide mission and spend the day flying around. Sounds good to me, Cassie said. She meant to be lighthearted. It, it sounded just a little too serious. There's the quarry, Tobias announced. Dead ahead. Dead ahead. Excellent choice of words, I said. We made a large circle over the area, looking for anyone who might be in the woods. But there was no one. We spiraled down from the sky, down into the deep, open gash in the earth that was the gravel quarry. It was a desolate place, just a big hole in the ground with some water in the lowest spots. A few minutes later, we were back in our usual forms. Minus shoes, of course, and wearing our motley collection of morphing clothes. We look like a trapeze act from a cheap circus, I said. Way too much spandex. Don't start with the uniforms again, Rachel said. It was an old debate. I would say how we needed some decent superhero uniforms, like the X-Men or whatever. But now I realized I shouldn't be talking that way, as if we were all going to be together in the future. I couldn't tell if Jake had told any of the others that I was quitting. Probably he had told Cassie. I doubt Rachel knew, or she would have said something. Same with Tobias. And Axe? Who knew with Axe? He was still a mystery to us. It was one of the things I would miss after I quit. I mean, how often do you get to hang out with a real alien? That and the flying. I would miss the flying. But if I was out, I had to be out all the way. I guess I must have looked morose, sitting there on a pile of rocks, thinking. Jake came over and kind of gave me a shove. You know, in a friendly way. Come on. We need to go back under that overhang, out of sight. Great, I said. The rocks will fall and crush us, and we won't have to worry about the Yerks. There was a sort of shallow cave in the quarry wall, not deep at all, but it would hide us from anyone flying over. Well, Jake said, let's try this out. Axe, you ready to trigger that thing? Yes, I am very ready, Prince Jake. Jake looked around at everyone. You all ready to go into your various morphs? We nodded. I'll accept Axe. See, we were all going to go into morph, our strongest, deadliest morphs, in order to take care of your crew when they came. But Axe didn't have anything but a shark, a lobster, an ant, and a harrier. We figured he was better off in his own ant-like body, which was plenty dangerous. Okay, Axe, do it. Everyone, morph. And let's keep our fingers crossed, I added, or talons, claws, or hooves, as the case may be. Axe pressed a button on the distress beacon. As far as we could tell, nothing happened. It is working, he reassured us. So Rachel, Cassie, Jake, and I began to morph. These were all morphs we had done before. There'd be no battle to maintain control over the animal mind. Rachel went into her elephant morph. He figured we might need that brute strength and size. Jake slowly became a tiger. Cassie used her wolf morph. And I focused on my gorilla. What a freak scene this is. I laughed as the changes began. Anyone who stumbled onto this would think he'd lost his mind. It was definitely odd. You haven't seen weird till you've seen pretty blonde supermodel Rachel grow a trunk as thick as a small tree and ears the size of umbrellas. Or Cassie, growing gray fur over every inch of her body, falling tall fours and bearing long yellow teeth. And then there was Jake. Huge, curved claws grew from his fingers. A snake-like tail whipped out behind him. Orange and black fur covered him. And when he was done, he was a full-grown tiger, almost 10 feet from his nose to his tail. Easily 400 pounds. If something deadly can ever be beautiful, it's a tiger. Bet I could kick your butt, I said to Jake. Yeah, monkey boy? I don't think so. Hey, I could stomp both of you, Rachel said. She walked closer, swinging her trunk and flaring her ears out. A moving mountain. This is so mature, Cassie said, arguing over who could beat who. You're only saying that because we can all kick your butt, Wolfie, I pointed out. As if, Cassie protested. You'd have to catch me first, and I could still be running long after the three of you were worn out and fast asleep. You have an amazing variety of animals on your planet, X said. Someday, when the Yerks are defeated, Andalites will come here simply to try out the many animal forms. It would be like a vacation. Joe Andalite, you've won the Super Bowl! Now where are you going? I said, mimicking the Disney World commercials. I'm going to Earth to turn into a lobster! I don't understand, X said. I started to explain, but just then a red light began to flash on Axe's homemade distress beacon. The response signal! They're coming! Quick, everyone to your places! Jake said. He slunk away, liquid power, to hide in the shadow of a boulder. Rachel pressed back under the shallow overhang. Cassie trotted to a spot to the right of Jake, and I tried not to look like a 400-pound gorilla behind a pile of gravel. Tobias flopped hard, struggling to gain altitude. Whoosh! It came in low, just above tree level, then disappeared before turning to come back. A bug fighter, just as we'd planned. Here's your ride home, Max, I said. And that's it for this chapter. Woot! I really like the little arguing over who has the better eyesight at the beginning. Then the banter near the end of the chapter, like, I could kick your butt. And do like that Marco was about to explain his joke to Axe, because Axe is like, the fuck? None of those words make sense to me. Explain! Explain! And so Marco's trying to explain, and then the Yerk Fighter comes. Bug Fighter, not Yerk Fighter. Ark. Oh, poor Animorph fan. No. If you would like to talk about this chapter with me, comment down below. But remember, no major spoilers. If you are watching YouTube and would like to give me a major talk about spoilers with me, say like an Animorphs fan theory you have. If you're on the YouTubes, link in the description to my Tumblr Ask box. Now, I don't want any major spoilers in the YouTube comment section, because I am really hoping that new fans of the series, are new people are brought into the series by my videos. So, there's a couple big twists and turns in this series, and you should encounter them for better or worse the first time without knowing what's going to happen. And so yeah, I don't really want people to get spoiled. So if you are one of those new people and you're listening to this and like, oh, Animorphs number 5 sounds really interesting, I wish I could read it. You can have your very own copy of Animorphs number 5, The Predator by K. Applegate. If you are watching on the YouTube, the link in the description. If you are watching on my blog, link down below. And both places, both links will take you to where you can buy your very own copy of Animorphs number 5, The Predator by K. Applegate. I'm sorry, I'm starting to get like sleepy all of a sudden. It's like near the end, I'm like, sleep. So yeah. And if you are watching on the YouTubes, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on my blog and on the desktop version of my blog, please choose the follow by email option. And now there's the real life segment. It's like all day I've been hurrying from point A to point B to point C, etc. Usually, recording days are not that stressful on me. I usually get by recording days pretty decently. It's no biggie, no big hurry to rush. But it's really today that I'm trying to get to sleep way earlier so I can be awake to vote early in the morning. Sort of early in the morning. Eh. So it sort of put more of a rush on me, and that really sucks because oh god, but it's gonna be worth it. I will vote. I will try to change the course of history, and then I'll come back home and probably fucking just fall asleep. And now the segment called Hopeful Wishes, a segment where I say some hopeful wishes, and then I drink. And today I'm drinking some lovely, refreshing water. And you can participate in this segment in two ways. The first is you can drink along with me. Drink your favorite alcohol, liqueur, or whatever the fuck's lying around. And you can also, and if you don't drink for whatever reason, you can drink water, tea, coffee, whatever. And you can also join in by leaving your own hopeful wish. Just comment down below, and next episode, I will read it. Okay, no one sent any hopeful wishes, so I will make up some of my own. First off, I hope everyone's doing well, both mentally and physically, because no one needs to deal with any medical bullshit. That I will actually get a good night's rest, and I will not be tired all day tomorrow. Really don't want that to happen. Oh gosh. It just, when your husband is basically bedridden, he can still move around. Earlier this evening, he walked in while filming. So, he can walk around, but I still am doing a lot of stuff for him. Plus, I'm doing everything around the house. I think that's really why it's not really looking as clean as it should be, just because I'm just fucking going mad each night, trying to do more and more. So, yeah, I hope Rev Resner continues to make a speedy recovery. I hope that there's no rain tomorrow since I'm going to actually be traveling. The rain can promptly start once I'm firmly back home and not moving at all for the rest of the day. Hear that, rain? You listening to me? Okay. I'm drinking in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Sorry, it's... You can continue drinking if you want to. You can continue drinking until I finish the video, so, go ahead. Now, the next video will be my review of Allegiant by Veronica Roth, and I will air that on Wednesday. Again, the next video on this channel will be my review of Allegiant by Veronica Roth, and it will air Wednesday. I hope to see you all then, or, whenever. You don't need to watch what I do. Notice me, senpai. And goodbye.